Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Alright, so today we're gonna do the TCG exclusives for LIOV set. What the fuck is it called again? Lightning Overdrive, there we go. And then there's this new guy, weird guy from the Animation Chronicles pack. Alright, so I wanna try and get through these as quickly as possible, so let's get to it. Proof of Pruflas. That's the tribute summon support if I recall correctly. If you control non-spell summon monsters, spell summon this card from your hand. Also, you can spell summon monsters. You can spell summon other monsters for the rest of its turn. Once per turn. This guy is no more spells summoned. You can immediately activate so to be summoned. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. Runda scripted this. Okay, so special summon ignition, once per turn, location hand. Looking good so far. So what's the... Alright, so it's a condition. You control no special summon monsters. Summon type, that seems fine. You control no cards that have summon type special on them. Check if he can be special summoned and that there are free zones. I think I told Rundas before it's technically a bit better to do this first, but okay. It doesn't really matter. Here you can use C since you already went to the trouble of declaring it here. Yep. And then the operation should just be to special summon this guy. And then the effect. So, what does it say? Special summon. Also, you cannot blah blah blah. So, special summon it. You cannot special summon. Let's put the description up here. Cannot special summon for the rest of this turn. Okay, I think it's fine. Maybe, yeah. I guess it should be okay. And then the tribute summon. Category summon. Single trigger. Oh, summon success. Special summon success. Summon to do something. Okay, so let's see. It needs the delay flag. So I cannot miss timing. Set property. Let me grab it real quick. Delay. There we go. Right, so the functions is existing matching card, some filter, location, hand. Is summonable to nil one. So let me check what this function does exactly. What are these params? Ignore count, effect min. Makes ignore the standard once per turn summon limit. Correct. If an effect is given, it takes what you can remove some other effect. Last slide is not the minimum attribute. Okay. Should be okay, I think. Operation info category summon. They should be here. Select matching card from the filter. If you pick something, summon it. Let me check these params. Play a card. No count. Effect minimum. Yeah. Okay. Should be okay, I think. So let's test it. Okay, so we need something to tribute summon. We need a special summoned monster. To test both the restriction and the condition. And let's see, just to make sure that the tribute summon stuff works correctly, let's put some other monsters here. Okay, so let's see the first effect. I control nothing, should be able to use it. Special summon this, then I can use the second effect. Okay, I can tribute summon this. Alright, so it seems to be fine. The restriction is applied normally. I can special summon just to conf it. And now if I special summon just to conf it, I cannot use the effect. The hand effect, but I can still use the other effect, of course. And now I can choose Dark Magician as well. Seems fine. And then if I set this, and next time I'm gonna try to summon it, but it should be fine. Yeah, okay. I can activate, and if I normal summon, works. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. At least it looks like it's fine. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, which is this angel dude. I think it's a dude. I'm not sure actually. Anyway, Thron the Disciplined Angel. Fairy. If a monster that was originally an Earth Fairy is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, except during time step, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. It's pretty straightforward. Whereas scripted this, special summon, trigger O, location hand, event grave, delay so it doesn't miss timing, hard once per turn. Right, and the condition. And okay, EDOPro exists, is a fairy, earth. Okay, you're not checking the original stuff. Is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard. The previous control TP is correct. Previous location, hand, monster zone is correct. Or rather, it says hand or field, so maybe location or field, but the master was originally Earth Fairy. I would say on field because, yeah, it makes more sense. Field, and then we need to check the original. Original. I think that's the name of the functions. Is original name, is original race, which original attribute. Earth Fairy. Let me do this because it's kind of long. Okay. The spell summons itself, right? Yeah. Get location count. Yeah, I can spell summon. And it's not required, but this one, but might as well put it. Spell summon, face up. Yep, seems fine. Okay, so we need. We can just use a copy of itself for the effect, since it doesn't exclude itself. So it needs to be sent from the hand or field to the graveyard. So we can use Dark Hole from the field and Dark World Dealings for the hand. We just need to put an opponent. Right, so Dark World Dealings. I'm gonna discard this and something else here, and now I can use the effect and special summon it. Okay, looks good. And let's try from the field as well. Your hand or field. If I Dark Hole this, I can use the hand effect again. And okay, looks good. Do one final pass. Button here, delays here. Okay, looks good. Moving on is the Xyz monster. Right, so this, I think this was a little weird if I recall correctly. Let's see. Pendransaction, rank 4, generic materials. That's one material. If you have more cards in your extra deck than your opponents, apply these effects in sequence depending on the difference. The difference between the extra decks, okay? 1 or more gains 1000 attack until the end of the opponent's turn. 5 or more. Neither player can target this card with a card effect until the end of your opponent's turn. 10 or more banish from card your opponent controls. 15 or more. Make your opponent's life plus 3000. You can only use this effect once per turn. Okay, so let's go by Eerie. Play effects. Kind of forgot the yeah, there's an Xyz summoning procedure missing here. Style. This part. Okay, so let's see what does it do here. Ignition, Ignition Master Zone, hard once per turn. Attack change remove. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Let's take an operation. And you can do material. Okay, you should check that you have at least yeah, there shouldn't be a condition, but we're gonna fix that. Okay, cost to move an overlay. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's in the target function, never mind. Get for the group ground. Your extra deck minus the opponent's extra deck is more than 0. Okay, it's here then. That's fine. Right, so it's all about the operation. Let's see. Says itself. Val is the difference. Indeed. Right, so if it's more than 1, if it's 1 or more rather, and this guy is related to the effect and it's face up, it gains 1000 attack, not 2000, and it resets on the next end phase. That's correct. So let me increase the fix up the comments a little bit. If it's 5 or more, cannot be effect target, neither player, and again it resets in the next end phase. Cannot be targeted by effects. Okay. If it's 10 or more, select a card your opponent controls that can be banished. If you select something, banish it. Banish one card the opponent controls. And if it's 15 or more, change LP to 3000. Change the opponent's LP to 3000. Now, one little detail that's missing here is because it says apply these effects in sequence. When it says in sequence, it means that they happen at different times. So over here, you need a dual break effect. Basically, it means apply this effect, then apply this effect, then apply this effect, then apply this effect. If you can apply it, of course. So we're just gonna add this here, which is the function used to denote that the stuff after this happened at a different timing than the stuff before it. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else, so let's go ahead and test it. Photon Thrasher, Warwolf. Simple rank for materials. So what do we need? Right, so we need to manipulate the extra text. Somehow this can be annoying. It might be easier to do this in a puzzle actually. So let's move to the puzzle section. Creator. Just gonna put a material on it already. Right, and then we need a card the opponent controls to banish it. We need this to check the, what do I call it, the cannot be targeted part. Let's give it to the opponent as well. LP 3000. Okay, and then we just need a card, or a few cards rather, in the extra deck. Go with Flame Wingman. If you have more cards in your extra deck, actually it needs to be the other way then. I need to have the cards. Yeah. So we're gonna edit the puzzle anyway. And now finally Edo added this little button here, which immediately opens the puzzle, which is really nice. So we need test mode here so I can control the AI. And then we need this to be 0, 0. And then we need a lot of them, like 15. So let's see. I have 15 cards in my extra deck. Okay, so I'm gonna use the effect. Select what to banish. Okay, so you got 1000 attack. The targeting seems to work because this cannot be used. I banished something, the LP was changed. Seems like the opponent can now use the banishing effect either. Now one thing, I would like to add a hint message for the for the targeting, but first let's check. Let's try with less cards in the extra deck. So 1000 attack, gonna be targeted, and then banish, and the LP was not changed. So that stuff seems to work fine. Now I don't remember. I need to look for a card that has the targeting stuff. Cannot be targeted. Nice player can target maybe? Yeah, I need something that doesn't have it as a continuous effect on its own. I need something that applies it on something else. Like it activates and applies it on something else. Maybe Azura's has it. Maybe not. No. Okay, maybe this one has it. for the last part of the effect. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, I'll look at this later. Maybe there is no strength for this. Although I think there is, but whatever. I'll check this later. And maybe add as a hint on the card, like, cannot be targeted by effects or whatever. Other than that, this should be good to go. So next up is yeah, this one. Expendable Dai. Normal trap, trigger on a warrior, play one card on the field, destroy it, and if you do draw one card. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna keep this up. No, actually, I'm not going to. Okay, Expendable Dai. Destroy needs category draw. Category draw. Targets. Type activate. Rechain. Sure. Cost. Okay, so it's probably gonna be the target. What is this equip stuff here? No clue. Doesn't seem like it's used anywhere. Okay, target. Needs to be one card on the field. So it's fine. DG. What's DG? It can be effect target. Location of field except itself. Okay, if gives it group ground location deck 0. Then false. I mean. That rather should be is able to draw instead. So let's see, Jar of Greed. This one is play can draw. If not, return false. If label 1, label 0, check the list group costs, filter. No need to use a filter for just this. It just types a warrior, type 1 warrior, yeah. Speech. Okay, what? Speech was being used. 1 second. The hell? See you next time. See the main. Oh, it's probably to check. Right, okay. I think I know what this is for. We still need to do this though. Else, return as existing target. Okay, flip is on 1. Select release group. Release. Select target. Select destroy. Don't draw. Okay. Okay, so let's test it. I hope it's fine. It looks fine, but let's test it. We need a warrior. Alright, captain. One card on the field. Okay. No need to do anything more complex than that, to be honest. Set. Summon. And I'm just gonna set. So tribute, target, destroyed 1. Yeah, I can now use it. So the idea with the SP check, which should be called something else, I'm gonna change the name. To equip check. The idea here is that it checks if there are cards equipped to the warrior you're trying to tribute, and if there are, because they're not going to be valid targets to destroy, So if Mountain Captain had a equip spell on him, then a normal script would see, oh, there's a spell I can target, but if you tribute him, then the equip goes to the graveyard, so there's no target. So that's an illegal move. It's a bit weird, but it has to happen. It has to be done this way, unfortunately. Also, this could be replaced. Maybe. Actually, does this take extra parameters? I thought it did. Let me check. Yeah, it does. It does. So, use hand. SP check. What are the parameters for the SP check then? Maybe. Okay, I'll just leave it as is for now. Seems to work, so... let's move on. The other trap, the Underroot one. You can go... something else, okay. Tales of the Underroot. Normal trap. Take up to 5 cards in your opponent's graveyard and the same number of your opponent's banished cards. Return those targets from the grave. Oh, never mind. Banish those targets from the graveyard, sorry. And if you do, return those banished targets to the graveyard. Okay. You can activate 1 per turn. Did the previous card... Did the previous card have a... No once per turn. Okay. Okay. Right, there we go. Right, so let's see. It's missing the flag. A move to grave target. Let me get the once per turn flag. Count code both. So as it is like now, this is, you can only use this once per turn. We need to put this flag so it becomes, you can only activate this once per turn. Alright, so target. Target's a lot of shit, so DG1, let's see what's going on here. Is able to remove the opponent's graveyard. DG2 is able to grave the opponent's removed. Check C, his controller. No, that's wrong. Has to be the opponent. Well, actually, this always targets at least 2 cards, so it's impossible to redirect the target. All the target redirect stuff say if exactly 1 card is targeted. So is existing target. What is it being used for again? Okay. I think you're doing extra checks here that are not required. Okay, his existing target is a card able to remove location grave. That's correct. And his existing target is able to grave location removed. Now you don't need this part because it says up to 5 and then the same number. It just needs to, when you're doing the activation check, it just needs to be at least 1. You don't need to check for more than 1 because just targeting only 1 is perfectly legal. Now one small detail, I don't remember if it's correct or not. Burial. Yeah, it doesn't say able to either. Yeah, able to do grave stuff is not needed. So this just needs to be, well, these 2 are not used at all, so let's remove these 2 lines. This could be nil. And this also nil. Right, so select, and then you target stuff. Okay, select target. up to 5, and then select the same amount, of course. Based on return there is important. Okay, so we have some filters here. Okay, so G are all the cards you targeted, and then RG are the cards in the graveyard as still rated to the effect, and SG are the banished cards as still rated to the effect. What does it say again? Banish those targets from the graveyard, and if you do, return those banished targets to the graveyard. Right, so banish RG, which are the stuff in the graveyard. Yes, that is still rated effect. Well, maybe does this need a? Yeah, it probably does need this. RG needs to exist, basically. There needs to be at least one member in it. Banish it, and if you do, yeah, it goes to the game. So here we need to operated group. You'll get operated group. And if FSG and there's at least one card from the banished group that's actually banished. Function count no. Card is location removed. Then send to grave reason return, and then stop. Okay, so let's see. We need banished cards and graded cards. Maybe puzzle will be faster again this time with this card as well. Something of the Underroot was the name. Underroot. Not her, the trap. Okay, now we need cards in the opponent's graveyard and banished. Okay. I'm just gonna put the same card. Banished. Doesn't need to be face up or anything. So might as well test that as well. And then I'm gonna edit the puzzle afterwards and change the number in each pile. So I can target the one in the graveyard and the one that's banished. And they swapped. So fine. Now let me change